strategy 1 is pricing, strategy 2 is the don't fire me report, and strategy 3 is price reduction dialogues. Those are the 3 strategies. You guys ready? You don't need to take a photo of that. You're going to want the other stuff, I promise. That was just letting you know we're going to cover. Okay, but I do appreciate that Simon says, get your phone stopped. So, let's talk actually really fast. How do you price homes now? How do you price homes now? Okay, our home price, and again, you guys know, this side, this price point, that price point, everybody's clear. There's no simple, it's a moving target depending on where you're going. Generally speaking, if the comps say, this is how much the home is worth, do you list it here, here, or here? Show me. Okay, you're all lying. Because that's why your day's on market law. The comps are here, you say, we should list it here, and the seller says, okay. And you say, well, it's only my 4th appointment of the year, okay, because a listing is better than no listing, yes or no? Now that's one approach. So let's talk pricing for a second. Ready? Let's role play this together. Ready?
Yes.
Now that we say it together with me. Now that we've reviewed the market, I want you to be empowered to price your home to sell and to generate the highest possible net proceeds in the right time for you and your family. I found there's 3 ways to price a home. Let's go through this together. So you ready? Price number 1. Ready? Just write this in your notes. There's no click. You ready? It's just 1, 2, 3. That's all it says. Ready? Number 1. Ready? You look it right in the eye and say, you overprice it. Is everybody with me on this? Now some of you are sophisticated enough to go like this. You overprice it. Subtle, just you overprice it. Or we look at the comps and we price it just below the comps. Is your market pricing going up or down or flat? Which one?
Flat.
Okay, so then we're gonna price it just below the comps. That's number 2. Would you like to sell above the comps? Mr. and Mrs. Seller, would you guys like to sell above the comps? Yeah. Then we price it like 5% below the comps. And then what I do is I unveil the property. I release. You give me 48 hours to market the property like crazy. I'll market it to all the agents I know, all the buyers we know. It'll be on Redfin, Zillow, Realtor. It will be everywhere. Full video, photos, and we will do a monster open house on Sunday. We'll launch the listing on Friday. Massive marketing, huge broker preview and open house. And every person on the planet is going to perceive it as a deal. And then guess what happens? We create a bidding war. Now, as I said to you, I want to empower you to price your home to sell. What option is best for you guys? Look up here. Do you want to overprice it? Do you want to price it just below the comps? Or do you want to price it below in a way that has everybody go like this? And we pull all the buyers and all the agents out of the market. Which is better for you? Now, before you go like this, should you practice that once before you do it? Probably a good idea, maybe twice. My client Josh Rubin, who I mentioned, is the original no personality power broker in New York City. One of the guys on his team, Brian, watched my video on this, walked in with a $5.5 million apartment in New York City and says, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, we're one of the only teams in town that actually has 3 different price options for you. Hey, go through the 3 prices. Yes, of course, Brian, fire away. Josh walks in. Sorry, I'm late. What do you guys want? Well, we're going into pricing, Josh. And Josh goes, as he's about to his mouth, Brian just kind of taps him like this and says, well, what we can do is we could do what a lot of people do. We can overprice the property. And then what happens is, when you overprice it, you're doing it because you're afraid that they're going to come in low. I understand why. But what happens is, you're now out of the purview of the vast majority of buyers, and everyone says, boy, if you like this one at that price, you're going to love this one down here at a better price. And then all of a sudden we find ourselves 180 days with carrying cost, expenses, drama, you'll want to fire me, and at 240 days when it finally sells, we're actually lower than the price that I would have recommended tonight. Is everybody with me on this? And Josh Rubin's looking at the guy like this. Where the hell is this shit coming from? And then he said, or we can price it right at the comps, because in New York City you can do it right at the comps, like that's okay. He said, or we could put the chum, what is it called, chum in the water, the way he said it, and we can bring everybody into this deal. We can put it 5-6% below the comps. Everybody knows this building. Everybody knows this. And they're going to be like, wait a minute, perception of deal, and we can get 5 or 6 offers, we can get a bidding war. What do you guys want to do? They were like, finance guy from New York City. Let's go with number 3. On a $5.5 million property. Could you do it on a 550? What do you guys think? All right. Now that's one. You could say, I don't like that. Got anything else? All right, how about this one? Let's say it out loud together. Ready, guys? I could line up 1,000 agents outside your door. Every good agent looks at the same comps, the same data, the same pricing. So if another agent tells you a price that's way above what buyers are actually paying for homes like yours, honestly, you should ask yourself, why are they doing that? Are they even looking at the data? You know what that's called? A doubt drop. You just put a significant pin of doubt drop into their heads. Now that's just pricing, right? Let's go to the next one. Strategy number 2. Did you get a photo? I'll wait. Teacher's got to go to the restroom. You were reading. Okay, how about this? How about I'll take care of it later? All right. Okay, say it out loud.
Don't fire me.
Do you all have a don't fire me report? You don't call it that when you send it to the clients, in case you're wondering. That's internal code between us. Send a report so you don't get fired. Okay, the don't fire me report is basically made up of all of that. It's showing activity and feedback, it's open house activity, it's the stats in the market, it's any specific highlights that are working or not working, it's the marketing efforts, and ultimately it's your recommendation. And in this case, it literally can be sent to them in the form of an email. You might want to take a photo of that. I'm not going to read it to you. Tell me when I can go to the next one. You guys ready? Right? Sorry, click was freaking out there. This is the Don't Fire Me report with a little hint of how about we reduce the price. Is everybody with me on this? Here's all the marketing activity. Here's what's going on. Buyers looking to move to Fort Lauderdale with a budget of $5 to $10 million. That's my client here, Lourdes. Have 28 options. Click here to see the options. Click here to see what your property is compared against. And then they go, well, ours is better than that one. Not as nice as that one. And then they realize, oh, okay. Like, you're not selling them on a price reduction. Look up here. You have cancer. No, I don't. You have cancer. No, I want this price. It's weird, yes or no? But that's where we have to be honest with them and say, here's what's going on. Now, price reduction dialogues. You guys ready? Let me know if you're going to use any of this stuff. Okay, price reduction. So first, inside of that price reduction email, I might want to send them the email first. Here's what's happened in the last 30, 60, 90 days. Here's all the activities. You don't put yourself in a position where they can say, but you haven't done enough. Hey, we had 32 people at the open house over the course of 3 open houses. We had 6 showings immediately. We had 1 second showing, and then they ghosted us and went dark. You guys with me on this? Then we could say, let's review the market over the last 30, 60. There's been X number of homes like yours sold. There's been Y listings that we're already competing against, including 7 new listings. So we're now competing against 28 other properties, and homes like yours have gone on the market and didn't sell 18. What do you mean? There's been 18 contracts that have expired. They tried to sell and it didn't sell. Why didn't it sell? I'm guessing it wasn't because the price was too low. Can you be funny and a little bit cynical with some people, yes or no? Some people go, what? And then you know not to say that to those kind of people. Ready? The current days on market for homes like yours is X days. Now that's the average. So what do we know? In the last 3 days, we've had blank open houses, we've had Y people through, we've had X people looking through on Zillow and Realtor and everything else, and this resulted in no showings and no offers. It's resulted in no showings and no offers. Well, the market's spoken based on the agent's feedback, the market's feedback, and most importantly, how the buyers are reacting. I'm going to recommend that we amend the price. Amend. Nobody wants to reduce. Amend. We should amend the price. It's like a little new dance move here in Vegas. What would you like me to do? What do you guys want to do? And then you look up here. Say to me, what would you like to do? And then you shut up. What do you guys want to do? And then if there are a couple, we need a minute. If it's over the phone, you need to do a better job. Well, I've done this and 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 this. And as I mentioned, there's this much competition, and then there's this much competition, and there's this many people. Now I do have 4 alternatives. Would you guys like the 4 alternatives before we take a break?
Yeah.
I do have 4 alternatives, and it's not Jaime, but he's a part of it. Number 1, maybe we should stage the property, as I mentioned. People are walking in and they're realizing that you love cats. Can't you find a cat lady? Do you guys know the truth behind cat lady? That there's actually something in cats that affects women? You need to go into Perplexity and type in what is the origin story of cat lady. It's a weird story. And you know, because once they have it, they get like 355 cats. I'm dead serious. The science behind it is absolutely crazy. This is what I tell my wife, so we don't have a cat. All right. Just go to Perplexity. No, it's not a menopause thing. Ready? Alternatives, we should stage it. Number 2, the feedback is, the backyard is, that wall here, maybe we need to take it off the market, and we need to freshen it up a bit, like, the popcorn ceilings aren't jamming for people, right? Like, we need to improve it. Number 3, we can do the reverse offer strategy, or number 4, we can auction the property. Like, I'm trying to give them every possible option. So you go, I don't want to do any of that stuff, why don't we just reduce the price? Is everybody with me on this? I don't want to auction it, but if it goes for really low, yeah, that would suck. So should I cross that one off? So watch this video really fast and we'll take a little break. That's Jaime, one of our clients down in Houston. Watch this. Oh, take it off the market.
Hey Tom, I wanted to share this with you. I got this from my mastermind group. We still meet one Thursday every month. So this was actually yesterday's idea. I was telling them that I'm having a lot of issues with tons of listings, but they're not moving. They're getting showings with no offers. So Scott and Ginger, they recommended to me to do a reverse offer to agents who had maybe showed the property or have clients in reverse prospect that showed interest, have liked the property, but have not made an offer. So I convinced the client to adjust the price. But before we adjusted the price in the market, we went one by one to every agent and we said, I'd like to make you an offer on my property. We will accept these terms. Please present it to your client. You have 24 hours to respond. And guess what? It worked. It absolutely worked. This morning, we got a full price offer based on our reverse offer for one of our properties that for 4 months has sat there with no interest. So I'm telling you, the funniest thing is, the girl on my team said, oh shit, coaching really works. So thanks again, Tom.
Now, we just went pricing, don't fire me, and get price amendments. Before we take a break, tell your buddy up to 3, what are you going to use, when are you going to steal,